Hey everybody, welcome back to Super Autopads. I don't mean to boast, I don't mean to brag, but last night on the Android version, might have gone to sleep with the 210 streak going on. Not 210 wins in a row, but 210 win runs in a row. And you know what made both of them tick? Dragon. You get I got a new flowchart for 10 wins. You got to do well in the early game. What does that require? On free to play, a horse, maybe 2 horses. You're not going to keep it long term, but for a little bit, an ant, a fish, 2 mosquitoes, 2 crickets, something like that, okay? You get into the mid game, you want to get a scaling unit, like a dog, that you can buy, sell, him, me. You do well with that, you give them all equipment, sell your worst unit for a dragon as soon as possible if you get the chance, then you're just flipping. Then you're day trading, you get 3 50/50s, you win on turn 12. Now, I'm not promising that's what's going to happen here, but I'm just saying that's where my head's at right now, okay? This is a good start. This is the kind of start you can't complain about. We got the tropical teapots, obviously. Anytime you get alliteration, it's like a plus 200 to your team's overall elo. We are against a squad that's not that good. Not that good. Not that good. I don't know why I'm playing so slow right here. Okay. Round 1, mission accomplished. Now we're looking for some pairs. That's a pair. Roll me. Roll me once. This is not great. This is not ideal, but because of our crickets, I think you can roll 1 horse. Now you could combine. This is like the one situation where I'm not totally sold on that. Instead, I'm gonna make the decision you should never make, which is spending 3 gold on a 1/1 when we could have gotten like a 1/2 or a 2/2 with upside. But okay, this is horrible. This is just this is one of the nastiest squads you're ever gonna see in your life. My hope is that maybe it's one of those situations. Oh my god, we're gonna win. Yeah, okay. It turns out there's too much of a good thing when it comes to ants. I didn't know it could happen, but you do need some payoff units. So I guess we'll consider ourselves lucky for now. Now this is a tricky situation. You can definitely combine and then roll 1 extra horse. You can freeze a pill to make some space via the ant. I'm not sold on the dodo quite yet. It's not to say it's bad, I'm just not sold on it yet. This will be a combine, and then hope for a top tier, tier 3 unit. Yeah, that's really good. Possibly the best tier 3 unit, I would say. Why don't you go ahead and get out there? Now we got a 4/2 sheep with some cricket upside next time. This is a squad that, you know, my many hours of Super Autopets tells me has a really good chance of at least hanging in there. Maybe not winning every round, but looking pretty strong from a draw perspective at worst, maybe right now. I don't know, the squad we're going up against is fairly nasty itself. I feel like we lose by 1. Yeah, we lose by 1 attack, but honestly, they had a good team. It is what it is. We're still building. I'll go level 2 ant. Although technically, if you're going to go level 2 ant, it makes more sense to do it next turn to tier up 1 level. And you know what? I'm willing. So we'll get a nice 4/1. Let's make it into a 5/2. Roll. I'm keeping this. I'm keeping this, okay? I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say about this ant. I think we freeze you, roll once. We can put a bee, throw some bees on it. We can throw a bee on a sheep. It's a little weird. But considering we have a level 2 horse, that's basically like 3 extra damage. We got the capacity for it right now. Kangaroo, a little spooky here behind this fairly tanky crab. But I think it's only going to get to attack twice. So you're getting strong, but you're not getting that strong. And then at the end of this, all you got is 2 little shrimps back there. No sweat. Okay, we're definitely into the mid-game. We would love to see an acceleration of gameplay. with a high-quality unit. That's not really it. Now, we're 1 ant away from a level 3, so unfreeze this for now. This is a weird one. I'm not in the position I want to be in. But we're 3 wins, 1 loss. It's just unusual, okay? This is not the way you would typically want to build into this. It's a slightly scary squad, but I think we actually match up kind of okay. I mean, they have a snail out there. They do have a dog out there, don't get me wrong, but... Oh, you piece! It makes me so freaking mad, man. When the spider pays out with the sheep... Okay, that's gonna put us in a position that is much less, functional, and yet, would you look at this? We still come out with a win, even though they got the RNG of their dreams. So we're still hanging. Definitely nothing to complain about. Maybe you can freeze one of these now. We can go up a level, or start to think about going up a level on a sheep. We need to... we need to get better. Like, because this squad is not gonna get us 10 wins. We continue rolling. This is great stuff. Okay. We can always combine here, by the way, and run one more creature. While we have HP to play with, I'm going to be the world's scariest coward, okay? We're going to make a 6/5 level 2 ant that's 1 away. We're going to roll just the 1 extra cricket. That's actually going to be nice as a 3/2. What this allows us to do is take on a relative risk of increased chance of losing this round. And the benefit associated with that is on our next round, we'll get a combine that allows us to jump 1 tier ahead, which I actually think is quite amazing. A badger, huh? I think that the badger is not that good for us. I was going to say bad for us, and I regretted it immediately, but I think we come away with a draw, which is all we could ask for after we made like a meta play like this. You can't be too upset. This is incredible. So you're gonna... It's too late for the dog, in my experience. We're gonna do this. You're not good enough. We need to make space on our roster here. So roll me once, then combine me again. Now, a turkey is possibly, like, the best unit in the game. Turkey, tiger, fly, like, we got something going on here. We got many spawns that are happening. We can definitely afford to dump our horse in the future, because this is, I mean, the turkey is basically just a strictly better version of the horse. This is some great stuff. We really don't have a benefit from much here. Like, you can stat up something with a pair, but like, are you really that sold on it? Like, the ant is gonna get pilled. Even though it's pretty good, the ant is gonna be pilled because this +6/+3 is more valuable on another unit. So, I mean, what do you give stats to? The cricket's likely to stick around. Well, you know what? The sheep is probably the most likely to stick around for now. So, I really like this squad now. We need equipment, for sure. But, I mean, the turkey is just so good. And a fly, once we can get tier 6 units, then we're starting to talk for sure. But this kangaroo's not that scary, man. It's just not, because we're spitting out a 7/5, like, every time we spawn a unit, and we're spawning units constantly. I almost, like, genuinely feel bad, because this is, like... This is pretty... Oh my god, we drew? Are you kidding me? This is, like, the meta build you don't want to run up against, but, you know, when you get it, right? Like, you just gotta embrace it. So we'll start here. I mean, to be honest, I think you can actually sell a horse first. It's a spicy play, but it's not a good scaling unit into the late game. Then we roll a rooster, which is part of the build that we want here. This gives us a chance to buff the rooster. That's not how it worked out. We got a 4/4B we're probably likely to sell. Yeah, we'll sell for 1. You can definitely just pop a second cricket out there. And I mean... If we're being straight up with one another, you could definitely pop this as well. roll to fish for another cricket. You can freeze a snail. You can freeze some garlic, maybe. This is fine. The double cricket play is a little weird, I'll admit, but you know, we get great scaling from units. Oh, golden poop, would you look at that? Very spooky. This is pretty nasty. It's a good squad, and then they've also got this double monkey build going here. Like, garlic just crushes us, and then that kangaroo's gonna go wild. This should be a loss. That kangaroo is gonna body us. So we'll be looking to add a fly into the rotation here. It's just a really good team. You can't really be upset. So we'll combine. 7-8 cricket. Scaling factor. I mean, a 5-5 snail, you can keep it there for a second. See if you get something better. I mean, the most valuable upgrade is definitely going to be to our rooster. I think what you got to do is to sell, buy my chocolate, you fool, every time. But like, we weren't missing a level up off of that chocolate. Maybe it's not that bad. It's certainly not that good. Are you really going to roll an ant here and be like, I'm a genius? I don't think so. I mean, to be honest. For the time being, it totally screws up our positioning, but you could roll a second turkey out there. You'll lose like a bee in the process. Or you could also buy a snail, don't get me wrong. But I think this is at least humorous. And if things go wrong, we'll be happy to have a snail. We want to roll into some squads. Yeah, no golden poops. It's a nasty dodo, but we actually do really well against that tiger dodo because we don't have like one strong unit. We have a lot of pretty strong units that are gonna just take you down here. So that went totally fine. What are we up to now? That's 5 wins. This squad can go 10. We gotta handle it properly, but it can go 10. Looks something like this. I don't know why I thought like the combination might work better this way, but Gorilla's really good. Is it a fit for this squad? I would say not necessarily. I would say that for the time being, you can roll a shark at the back here. Again, it pushes us into a position that maybe is not perfect, but I want some scaling. We don't have any scaling right now. That's okay. Let's get a permanent buff on the rooster tends to do the best. We're on round 10. We're going to start to roll into some very scary squads. Long term, we want to dump a shark for a fly, I think. Again, we should do... the garlic armor is nasty here. Yeah, this could be a little spooky because the blowfish has some serious upside. Don't hit my shark, man. Don't hit my shark. You hit the shark every time. Are you kidding me, man? We're 1 away from a draw, like 1 life away from a draw on that one. What can you do? You run into like the most incredible plays from a blowfish you ever see. Sometimes you just get outplayed, man. We're gonna keep you around, so we might as well give you a quick little steak. I do not see a fly. I'm a huge believer, like, in this squad. I think you apple me, man. I don't think this is a 5-win squad, okay? I think this is like an 8-win squad. We just need to get there. Level 2 rooster, a little spooky, but as long as we get to our rooster first, I'm not that upset. This hedgehog is kind of it's kind of scary, huh? I think we lose. I think we draw. I think we win. Never mind. Okay, that was a very weird build, but it almost got us. It's a roll. I mean, a level 3 turkey. We should at least entertain the thought. So I genuinely think that the dragon might be the best unit in the game. The only reason I'm not taking it along for the ride with us here is because we're not running a scaling build. It's not even that it's too late. It's just that we're like this. I normally don't do this in this game, but we're running much wider instead of deep, which is gonna lose us here because this kangaroo is gonna be like lights out. But I still, you know, this was a 6-win run. I have to tell you, maybe it's a positive thing to be looking at 6 wins and be like, I'm a little disappointed. We lost to some builds that you should pay attention to. We lost to some builds that had one super tanky unit with like great scaling. It's respectable, man. There's no disrespect. You know, you punch through those first 2 units, the rest of the squad is made of tissue paper, but we didn't punch through those first 2 units. Again, it just shows you, I think we're in a scaling meta right now. You can roll, this is a rare circumstance where I think an otter is okay depending on your roll. You want to make sure you get that 3-4. This is a bad starting squad, but it's okay. What the heck is a fusspot, man? I'm going to be the tropical heads. You know, it's like if the Talking Heads released like a Beach Boys style album. We win. Okay. You can't really control the value of your early shop. You just gotta accept it, okay? So this is weird. I will always stand by the value of an early horse. You're gonna freeze me, roll me? This is weird. We need to keep one spot open, okay? So we're gonna do it like this. The buffs are horrible. Like, this is not how we wanted it to pan out. But keep in mind, even though the buffs are kind of bad, 3-4, 3-4, 3-3 is like it's a pretty nasty squad to run up against early. Now we're rolling up against a squad that is like almost exactly the same. So we are going to lose this one, but they had a good team. They had a good team. Maybe their hat upsets me, but they had a good team. So we start with the level up. This might not be as bad as it appears to be. So we like the double sell. We like the fish. Roll me. I'm going to go for a combine. I'm going to freeze a cricket, roll once. You know, cricket's good. I think that the spider gives you a better chance. Like, if you get sheep or turtle, which seems to happen to my opponents quite a lot, but I guess that's probably just some form of observed bias. We do seem to be getting a lot of snails. But look at that. We ended up coming out of this looking pretty good. That's 2 wins. We should level. We could pill you and get a tier 3 unit, but I'm not sold on that being advisable. We don't want to combine yet if we can avoid it. Like, we'd rather we'd rather avoid the level, I guess, until the next round up. And I stand by it. I genuinely do. Except now I'm like, that's not right. Because now that I see that we have the potentiality of getting a dog out here on turn 4, I'm a believer in the dog's ability to thrive. And personally, if we're being realistic, this otter is not long for this world. I think you love getting an ox out here, which allows the dog to get buffed. The ox gets a temporary buff. Then I think you can totally pill the spider, which will buff our ox because there's a unit in front, and it will buff our dog because another unit got summoned, and I guess it temporarily buffs the blowfish too. Okay. Then, believe it or not, I'm like, I think you freeze a spider, freeze a pill to do something similar next turn. Like, we're getting some serious buffs out of this. It's a very strange squad. We're keeping the fish exclusively for the scaling level up, and the blowfish is not long for this world. This is not that kind of tropical builds. The tropical heads, this is not my beautiful beach. Anyway, this is going really well. That's going to be a win. We're playing the shops that we've been dealt, and I think that's the way you got to do it. Sheep totally fits this build. So we'll start with a sell. Even though a pill works nicely, we're going to do it like this. We're going to buy you. Love to see it. Pill you. A whale that eats things can be a reasonable part of a build like this. People don't like to hear it, but I don't mind selling our fish to roll a sheep in front. You get one less sheep trigger than you'd like, but later on we'll consider selling our horse to move our sheep further back, or maybe we'll get rid of an ox or something. It does well to scale the dog. Like the fish, it only gives +1/+1 on the level up, so I'm a believer in this, but I want to see if we get a pill. Because if we get a pill, I prefer, and I don't even want to think about our expenditures here, but I prefer something like this. I gotta tell you, a turtle is really good. I think a turtle is good enough that we hold the sheep for now, and we put some garlic armor on our dog. And I'm a big fan of what we got going on here. Admittedly, we have like overdone melon armor on our ox, but we hit the ox with that, not just for the melon armor, but for the extra damage buff as well. So the whale does nicely with, you know, with our dog here. This still looks pretty bad. Yeah, because that horse is so strong. We just draw. I think we got a little lucky on the draw to begin with, but I'm still, like, there's no reason to disbelieve this squad right now, I think. We'll roll. We're really, just to be honest with you, we're looking for a pill. I'm willing to roll deeper than you'd expect, maybe. Okay, that's about as deep as I'm willing to go. Let's get this ox going a little stronger. Roll me once, then give me a pill, guaranteed. No? Okay, well, all's forgiven. Very inefficient shop, but we did improve somewhat. I understand that people do not like this order, because here's the thing. People, they focus on what you lose. Like, is it mathematically the right decision to have, you know, to get one less trigger out of our sheep? You might be like, no, but, oh, it's almost crashed there, it looked like. But the answer is, maybe. It actually might be mathematically the best option. It just might look bad. It happens all the time. You gotta get yours? Well, fool, I gotta get mine. Everything is fine when you're hanging with the DLG. He's got the cultivating music that be captivating he who listen, I think, is how it goes. Now, we need to make space for our dog to get buffed, okay? We would like a can. So, I think we have come to the point where a horse needs to be sold in order to make space for our dog. I know that the horse is like part of this build in a big way, but if our dog is going to scale, we need to get something going like this. And the order is not... Okay, well, hold on. Now, you pretty much have to freeze these two units. I have to think about it. Even a penguin can be really good if we get the levels, but we're far away from those right now. It's really hard to make a monkey whale build work, but we should actually, in my opinion, start this. This hippo's gonna go frickin' wild on us, man. Maybe it's gonna go wild. We're gonna get ahead of it slightly faster than expected, but we're gonna lose to the other units behind. But oh my god, because this is not the build you want to run into after you had the horse. After you sold the horse, I should say. But look, you're gonna pivot off of that horse at some point. I think what I'm trying to say here is that it's time for the whale to not be here anymore. This is a nasty pivot. You gotta be sure this is what you want. We know we're gonna want roosters, especially because we bought cans. So we'll try to summon them like this, so that we get the dog effect, and then we'll try to buff the rooster, because the rooster gets an incredible benefit out of it. We're so close to what you would assume is a level up. Honestly, just take some meat for now. It's a little weird, but it's more than a little weird. I've lost confidence in this squad. But we're going up against a squad that at least right out of the gates doesn't scare me that much. A level 1 turtle. Admittedly, it's a little spicy, but, you know, we're cutting through you pretty good here. We draw. We should have won that. Like, I mean, not once we started the auto battle. That's pretty much, like, guaranteed. But are we possibly at a point... We're in that dangerous position right now where, like, I feel like we can't sell anything, but we need to sell something to make space. I think you can... I was going to say, I think you can sell the sheep. I love the sheep, okay? I take no pride in this. We're being forced to make some difficult decisions. A scaling rhino can do something. I'm not saying we're going to roll this long term. I'm just saying I'm happy enough with what that looked like that we could do it. And then immediately I'm like, get sold. And get bought. And you can roll a deer here, possibly. It's messed up, man. Next turn, we're getting some levels up. Like, we're gonna go up against some tier 6s here. We're floundering a little bit. But, you know, a turkey at the front? Is this allowed? This is a bad squad, I think. I think we just got very lucky that we happened to be rolling against, like... Well, I don't know. Now I'm looking at it and I'm like, we might... No, we're gonna win. But that's just a weird one, okay? We're at 5 wins. The above average gamer continues. You got a turkey up. I know we got chocolate as well. Tiger turkey certainly means you can sell either a dog or an ox. I think you sell your dog. I don't really believe in the ox long term, but the dog is not quite there either. I prefer the built-in melon armor. Now, you're going to take the level up here, but maybe not yet, because we'd rather have a tiger coming out. We got to rebuild this whole frickin' squad, okay? So we start with tiger monkey, but that's only for the time being. You're going to get a level up, and then we're going to rework this entire squad to be spawns, okay? Which means, because you're getting +6+, we're going to sell the ox, ooh, and then we're going to roll a deer. We're going to roll it in the 2nd position because we want to make sure we're getting permanent buffs on our rooster. I think it's certainly possible that I have lost my mind. We lose to anything tanky or anything that goes wide. That's bad. On the other hand, here's where the party starts. Welcome to the party, pal. Get crushed. Wow, okay. That was easier than expected. 6 wins. This is a fun run, too, because it's... I mean, it's just very weird. I think we're probably at the point where you don't need the monkey anymore. Even though the monkey scaling is great, we have a different kind of run going on right now. So you move your rooster to the back so it spawns 4. Turkey here. Deer here is fine. And then you just think about how we're gonna make this work. We want a fly. That's really, like, if we could roll deep and get to a fly, I think I would be happy. I also think there's no reason, even though 9-9 is a great stat here, there's no reason not to run a whale on this build. And then we'll probably just freeze a turkey and then roll another turkey out here. So the real, you know, pièce de résistance is our 4 15-15 roosters that we create unless we get sniped. This is great, actually. Does a great job of purging that melon armor. 2 roosters. Okay, at least it kills both. And this is where things will get interesting. Admittedly, we don't get the turkey buff on all these, but so be it. I mean, did you see that? That went pretty wild. This is hilarious. Like, I don't know, man. Maybe I guess we'll try to get to a level 3 turkey. We really want to fly. I don't think I've ever seen a level 3 turkey. which makes me think it's not that good. Straight up, I'm like, this is a freeze double roll. We don't, well, you can freeze. No, because we want chocolate if it shows up. I think you freeze a rooster. Well, no, you know what? Let's unfreeze a pair. Instead of getting +2/+2, let's get +1/+1 plus some experience. And then if we can get a level 3 rooster, we can put the rooster at the back and then use our tiger on something else. This tiger snake is like, is really nasty. That's horrible. On the bright side, hey, we did get the turkey buff on the rooster. Jesus. That's just a nasty squad, man. Like that tiger snake did some incredible work. You got to respect it. This is exactly what we wanted to see, okay? So, you need to run fly at the back. Unfortunately, right now, that pushes our turkey too far forward. So you got to look at... You don't want turkey fly. You know what you can do? Okay. You can roll... Or you don't want tiger fly. You can roll tiger turkey. Fly... Might as well be at the very back. Sell me. Buy me. This is okay. We have a very weak squad. Tiger doesn't level up, by the way, so you're just buying it for stats, which could be fine, but... in general, I think that's going to be our best option, even though the odds of this unit living through even one hit is relatively low. We're not going to level up the deer. So this is our Hail Mary. I think this could be an 8, 9, 10 win game, but we got to, you know, it's got to be the perfect scenario. There goes our melon armor. At least they don't have tiger snake this time. You piece. You piece. This rhino's got to go. After the rhino goes, now we can start to be like, okay, be careful who you call ugly in middle school. We come out of this with a win. Okay, never a doubt in my mind. That takes us to 8. 8 is where I start to feel like it's kind of impressive. We do have a problem. Like a level 3 rooster actually is like not that good because we can't fit it. And there's really no place to, I think at least, to rework these units. What you could do though, you could roll a level 1 rooster at the front. A 5, well, so we have a 9/9 when it dies, it makes a 5/5 with splash damage. No. This unfreeze me. Level 2 is as good as it gets. We can't augment our squad that much. We'd like something that's not a deer up at the front, even though the deer's doing okay. Something with like some more raw stats potential even could get there. Like even a 1-up is not that good. A turtle, you already have melon armor, so melon armor is not that big of a deal, I think, on these units, because we're not really trying to create like one super strong unit that can't be killed. I mean, you could obviously cow and then buff the rooster, but I'm kind of like floating here. I don't really know where I want to go with this. Get some double splash damage for anti-melon protection. This has been a puzzle, man. This has been a real puzzle. We don't do that badly against squads with high attack because we spawn a lot of units. That was just perfect math. You love to see it. It's beautiful. Oh my god. That was not even close. So we're at 9 wins. This could be a 10 win. Wow. It's not like that surprising, but I think that the chili might work better here, believe it or not, than the melon. I don't know what we're doing with chocolate. We're just kind of just sitting on it. There is a theory maybe where like Rhino can come in here and do some work, but I can already see myself just essentially rolling ad infinitum. The only other thing I would say is that I feel like a Scorpion to get like a guaranteed kill is better, but this is going to be divisive, which is why I like it. But Okay, we got one last roll. Sure. Little meat on our turkey. We'd love to just kill a strong unit at the front with no melon. Holy crap, it's gonna work. That's just the dream. I don't know if we're gonna come through this one, but we're looking okay. Dude, we're gonna do it. I'm stunned, but look at this. Look at this. I don't know if it was the Scorpion that made it possible, but that's a 10-win game right there. So now 3 of my last 4 games, 10 wins. Oh! Thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. I'm kind of proud of that one. Admittedly, like Tiger, Turkey, Fly, Rooster is pretty meta, but I'm kind of proud of it just because, like, you know, I was talking about how we were going to roll Dragon and Penguin scaling. We didn't get there, and yeah, we pivoted and made it work. Exciting. For now, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Thanks for all the support on Super Auto Pets so far in the beta, and I'll see you next time. See ya.